Hi everybody, it's Kayla Symone. Welcome back to my channel. And so I'm coming to you guys today with another chit chat video, a video where I'm just talking to you all about something that is just kind of either popping in my head, heavy on my heart, and I just feel like we need to have a discussion about it. So if you like these videos and you want to hear what I gotta say about something about girls knowing their worth and stuff like that, then stay tuned. Okay guys, so if you hear any noise in the background, their neighbors going in and out or whatever, I don't know what they're doing, but I had to take my braces off because when I talk I use my hands and I don't want y'all to hear this the whole time. I know that's super annoying, and sometimes I try and catch it before it happens, but I forget, like, oh, I got my braces on, we can't really talk about the stuff. But today I just kind of wanted to talk about girls knowing their worth, or people in general just knowing their worth. It's kind of been something that's been brought up over and over and over again, and I've like figured maybe I should talk about it because I keep hearing things or seeing things that make me think like, girl, we gotta have a conversation, we gotta have a talk. And me talking, this is just from my perspective, this is just my opinion, this is just what I see, and the constant continuum of things happening the exact same way and people not learning from these mistakes. And so anything that I share with you that I feel like is a chit chat or something where we're just sitting down and talking, not even beauty related, we're not talking about hair, makeup, none of that, but when I'm sitting down talking about a serious topic as in self-love, well-being, and knowing your worth, trust that it's coming from a super genuine place. I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm just here to speak on things that I either feel strongly about and I feel like it can change, you know, a young woman, young man, or their perspective on how they feel about themselves in order to be a better person. So that is that. If I do say anything that is off the cuff and you feel like, you know, Kayla, you ain't have to say that, or that was rude, charge it to my head and not my heart. I mean well, but some stuff just has to be said. Some things that we put ourselves through, I feel like it's just absolutely foolish. And so who would I be if I didn't speak on them and let you know how I feel? And maybe you can relate, and if you can, comment down below. Let me know how you like these types of videos. Let me know what else you would like for me to talk about. But I'm very, very passionate about people, and that's one thing that I said at the beginning of my channel when my very first video was that, excuse me, oh my god, I've been eating all day, is that I wanted to do hair and makeup and beauty related things, but above all else, I'm a people person and I want to help people as best as possible, and this is a subject that I feel like is really, really important to me. So I was watching He Flawless, and if anybody knows me, I love me some He Flawless. I love me some He Flawless. But he has these Auntie Ken segments, and I will link the video. He actually was taking shots as he was giving this advice, but if it helps, I'll link the video down below, so if anybody wants to go see it or check out his channel, they can. But Ken is very true to himself, and he gives some really true to himself advice. And something that I picked up on in a lot of these ask columns, where it be him, Bo, anybody that has like an advice column or an ask channel, I've just noticed there's a lot of people who have these issues with self-worth, and they acknowledge, hey, you know, I sleep around with people, protected, but I do this so I can get validation from men, and, you know, if I don't have a man, how should I feel? Or if I don't have a significant other, how should I feel? Or if I don't have another person, how should I feel? And the content that keeps coming up is, you know, finding happiness in another person and finding validation in another person. And it's almost like everything that we have learned about self-importance, self-determination, self-motivation, self-happiness, all these things that have the preface or the prefix self in front of it, we keep talking about how we need somebody else like to make those things happen. And I think that's really, really crazy that, and maybe it's the age that we're in with social media and how people are so beautiful and overly tangible, and we can touch this person and the next person, and if this person doesn't respond to me, then maybe there's something wrong with me. And I'm here to tell you that that's absolutely not the case. With young women, and this is where I really wanted to stick a needle, or a needle, bookmark, whatever you want to call it, in that point, was that I don't know what it is nowadays, but I've been coming across so many women, and these are women that are older than me. Some are my age, some are younger, but mainly women that are older than me that are so pressed to be in a relationship, and every meme or post that they put up is about a relationship, and when I find my husband, and when this happens, and he'll be a lucky man, and this, and this. And it's almost like they talk about being in a relationship so much that it almost never manifests. And I know you're supposed to speak things into existence, but there's a such thing as being over-consumed in something and letting that take up your whole psyche to the point that you never achieve that thing because you're so busy on worried about how to get it that maybe he already came, or maybe you dismissed the person that was supposed to be your boyfriend or your husband, or you totally disregarded this person because you have this idea of what this person's supposed to look like, and God made him look like this, or he didn't come in the fashion that you thought he was supposed to come. And so it's just so crazy to me how people obsess over one thing and they fail to get themselves together. They fail to work on their own flaws. They want a man that's tall, dark, handsome, nice teeth, got a 401k, a pension, a good job. But meanwhile, are you bringing those same things to the table? And for me, it's I have a boyfriend, but the beautiful thing about our relationship, and I guess me as a person, is that I've never just looked for a boyfriend. I've never been like, I have to have a boyfriend or I'm not validated. Now, am I loyal to a fault? Absolutely. When I like a person, do I like them? Absolutely. But I've never been the girl that always had to have a boyfriend, nor did I always have one. And it's okay to be alone. And I guess that's the thing that I want to stress to people, is that some of these things, like relationships, they come when you least expect them. But sometimes not expecting them comes in, I'm working hard on myself. I'm working on my own career. I'm not waiting on a man to come take care of me for me to feel like I'm important or special, or that, I can have money because I can do that on my own. But then a real man isn't intimidated by a woman who works and is on her grind and is, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a such thing as being dependent enough and being submissive in a sense enough to let your man feel like a man. But you also don't have to play that role to get him. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up. And I'm not sure if I'm making sense to anybody, but I just think that it's kind of time to let that whole, if I don't, it's almost like a middle ground. Like, there's some people that feel like I'm so independent, I don't need a man at all. You don't have to talk to me, this, and that. And then there's the other stretch where it's like, I got to have a man because everybody has a man. Or I don't want to be alone. But do you know yourself? And so I think there's a fine line, and there's a middle ground between the independent, I don't need nobody, you ain't got to talk to me, I can hold my own type of woman, and the I'm desperate type of woman. And you have to find that balance in what works for you. So I don't know if I'm being long-winded. I don't know if I'm not making sense to anybody. It makes sense to me. But I just think we have to start drawing lines, and the time of being so easy that a dude doesn't respect you has to end, because by now it's 2017. Like, at the end of the day, we hip, like, we know. So you putting out too early, and you putting out way earlier. You don't even know this man, don't know his name, don't know if he got a job, if he has a kid, if he has a baby mother. You don't know any of this stuff, but you're so quick to put out because you're so desperate to be validated. And then you find out that, okay, yeah, you got him, but now you got all this baggage that comes with it instead of just making a conscious decision about what you wanted to do. Some dudes like are cute on the outer surface, just like girls are cute on the outer surface, but do y'all click? Like, is there any substance? But I feel like women aren't taking time enough to assess that and to pay attention to that, because they're so quick to say, well, I just want to be cuffed, or I just want to be in a relationship. And I just think we got to think a little bit more. And I'm not saying this to demean anybody or talk down to anybody, because I've been guilty of these same things myself. That's why I can talk about them now. But I just feel like, you know, one of the reasons why there's so many women that I've seen in their like 40s, 50s that are, you know, posting these things like, oh, like if he was my man, or if he was my husband, this and that, because we're not talking to our girls. And so these girls are just transforming into grown women with the same problems, same things as men. Men play, you know, little boys decide they want to play 4 and 5 girls, but they turn into grown boys who want to play 4 and 5 women, and we never get these issues resolved, so we have to talk about them. So I don't know, I just really had to talk about that, kind of get that off my chest, because we as people in general, not a man, not a woman, no gender, whatever, we have to learn our self-worth, and we have to know what we will accept, what we do, what we can expect in a relationship by what we accept. And we can't be surprised by the situations that we put ourselves in. I mean, if your whole relationship was based off of a physical sexual relationship, don't be surprised when you have a conversation with your significant other and he don't want to talk about nothing but when your clothes is off and when you naked. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, we put ourselves in these situations and then we act shocked and appalled when certain things happen. And we can't. We can expect what we accept. If you accepted a one night stand, or the, you know, first night in, and then y'all still having sex a few months later, it may last, it may not, but you have to be realistic about what's going on. You have to be realistic about your connections with people, the situations you're putting yourself in, and think long term. I think a lot of us settle for a right now because we're like, cool, he's fine right now, he ain't got a job right now, but you know, we could work with that right now and right now and right now and right now. And then you looking down the line 10 years later because you've been saying right now for so long, and then time is gone. So I don't know about y'all, I just don't like wasting time. That's just me. But I think that's it for this video. Let me know if you guys want me to do like a part 2, just talking about self-worth, different ideas, spitballing on maybe how girls can be better, how boys can be better, how we can come to an agreement, know ourselves first before we decide to jump full into a relationship with a person we don't know, or decide we just gonna go balls to the wall with, you know, Jamal because he looks good for the time being. Just let me know what y'all want to talk about. But I had to get that off my chest because that's been something that's been flying around like so much, and it's just like, girl, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing something strange for a little change? It ain't gonna last too long because that thing gonna hang. Okay, so we just need to have real conversations, and I'm here to have them with you. So let me know if you guys like these type of videos. If you do, then give it a thumbs up. Comment down below more things we can talk about, because I like chit-chatting with y'all and hearing what y'all got to say with me. I made it to 400 subscribers, and I'm just loving y'all for that. I appreciate all of you who are here watching the videos with me, sticking around with me with my oily makeup and all, you know, because it gets hot out here. It does. It gets hot out here. And I will talk to you guys next time. If you have not already joined my family and subscribed to my channel, please do so down below and click the bell button so you don't miss any notifications when I upload a video. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.